You know, it's a great day in Oklahoma when you're traveling and all you can see are orange pylons. And while a lot of folks talk about weather on an everyday basis, we talk about roads. And you're often asked the question, do you ever work on any roads in Oklahoma? Well, all the time, everywhere we go. I want to do a little bit of a breakdown of how much money actually goes into roads and where we've been and where we are today. There was a time in Oklahoma where politics determined where roads were going to be built. And the legislature stepped forward in 2005 and said, that's enough. We need engineers. We need people who will look at our roads that are in very bad shape. And we want good roads. We want them for economy. We want them for safety. And so an 8-year roads plan was developed in 2005. In 2006, the legislature added $15 million to the appropriation and said, we want that extra money to go toward the 8-year plan. That dollar amount grew to $170 million, and then in 2012, that number was raised to $575 million a year off the top money. What I mean by that, apportioned money, 100% of it will go to repairing the roads. That's had a marked difference in our state. You might remember a press release that came out in August where we talked about in 2004, out of our 6,800 highway bridges, we had over 1,200 bridges that were deficient, and they need to be addressed. Today, that number is less than 100. Matter of fact, down around 84 bridges that still need some attention. That puts us in the top 10 in the nation for our bridges, and that's really, really good news. But along that same time, there was the counties who came forward and said, we're having a great deal of problems maintaining our county roads, maintaining our county bridges where school buses pass over and oil trucks, and we just need help in the counties. And so they created then a county improvement road and bridges. And whereas you have an 8-year plan for the roads, this is like on a 5-year plan that the county commissioners work off of. And it was apportioned 5% of the motor vehicle collections, and the apportionment was increased several times all the way up to 20% in 2015. After a $138 million apportionment to that fund in 2015, the fund was capped at $120 million a year and has capped out every year. After about 30 years, the legislature took a look and says, we need to work on raising the gas tax. And we did that in 2018. And the excise tax on gasoline was raised 3 cents. Diesel excise tax was raised 6 cents. Now, what does that mean? Well, in FY20, those tax increases contributed $57,509,839 to the gas and $55,092,527 to diesel to the roads fund. And this means that gas tax now is going to take care of the roads. Not income tax dollars any longer, but gas tax dollars take care of the road needs within the state. In addition to the money I've talked about, we bring in about $620 million a year of federal money. And so it's well over $1 billion a year that's put into our highway system. Another part of our infrastructure in Oklahoma is the Turnpike Authority. And you often hear, when are these turnpikes going to be paid for, by the way? But the Turnpike Authority collected about $327.4 million in toll revenue and $2.4 million in concession revenues during the 2019 calendar year. Of that money, they had $114.5 million in operating expenses, and that included $25.5 million in turnpike maintenance and $24 million in toll operations. And at the end of 2019, Turnpike Authority assets were valued at $2.99 billion and had liabilities of $2.19 billion for a net position of $880.6 million. Turnpike Authority continues to increase their footprint in Oklahoma. That's helping us alleviate some of the traffic problems around Oklahoma City with a new Kickapoo spur opening up soon, and we're looking forward to that. The Turnpike Authority also contributes on a regular basis to our academies for our highway patrol, so they're great partners for the state of Oklahoma. So what may look like everywhere we go, this road's under construction, that's good news for the state of Oklahoma because that's your dollars being spent wisely, addressing the infrastructure needs and the safety needs of Oklahomans.